Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates quite a bit differently than most people. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today so we can go over what makes us special and different and can kind of show you a little bit of the back end of how all the magic happens. So I'm joined here today with our sales manager, Jose Gonzalez, 27 years of experience in the industry. That brings a lot of perspective to us, taught me everything I know, obviously. And we'll tell you guys a little bit more about what he brings to the table. And then Kyle, our COO, will go through a live demo on kind of the back end where you guys can actually see some of the cool stuff that we have going on. But let me just go through a quick screen share here and explain a little bit about what makes us different. So hopefully you guys have seen this page. We recently changed it, so this might be updated. But basically, as you see on the call sign there, the thing that makes us special are leads, training, and our proprietary software, right? Proprietary, soon to be patented, but proprietary is kind of the word for it right now, right? Special software that's just for us, by us, right? So let's scroll down here and we'll kind of go through the bullet points just so we can explain a little bit more about it. If you guys have any questions, there's a full video on this page, a replay of it as well, where you can go through line by line with us. But basically, our software is where everything kind of happens. That includes our CRM, our call center, cloud dialer, video chat, doc AI. That's kind of all the software that goes into it. But really where it becomes special for us as loan officers, right? Everybody thinks that's cool. But here, the next bullet point is really where it starts to become unique for us as a lender and you guys as loan officers, right? So our software was built by us, for us. It's over 10 million lines of code so far, it grows every day. Basically, the way we make all the magic happen is through an API. So myself, I come from a marketing background. I've been building websites for over 15 years and doing it all through APIs. And we have built in all of the tools that you guys are used to. So we still use Encompass, but with one login on our CRM, right? We still use Account Check, but with one login on our CRM. Meridian Link, CIC Credit, Appraisal Works, Google AI, Optimal Blue, Loan Sifter, all your phone, email, everything that we have is all integrated with all these systems for everything you guys are used to. But again, everything's in one login. So a customer can come from a lead, just signing up with name, email, phone number, come through our system, complete their 1003 in our system, start uploading their documents in our system, pull their own credit in our system, pull their own VOI and VOA in our system, and pop it into Encompass all in our system without you as a loan officer having to do anything. So all this happens automatically on the customer end when they trigger these things, and it pops your loan application directly into Encompass, ready to finish up and ready to disclose. So that's really where it starts to look cool. It's a little hard to explain. So fortunately, here in a minute, Kyle will actually go over a live demo and explain how all this magic works. Another thing that we saw lacking when we've built this business over the years is the training. So we built this business as a FDIC bank a little over 4 years ago. We've built this business model under a broker shop as well, under non-delegated and delegated. So we've done all the different business models and found that this is the best business model. And one of the things that we found lacking in really all the business models is our training. So we are all about training. Jose will talk about that more in depth in a little bit. But we have our remote training center and also our knowledge center where you can basically get all of the information you will ever need at your fingertips. That's very key when we're all remote based. But we love to support you guys with our training center. And then also Jose will talk about how he takes it to the next level and does the one-on-one support. So let me go through the bullet points here. This is kind of the more traditional bullet points you guys saw on the last few ones. Some of the things that make us excited here and make us different. We love to do our DSCR business purpose loans in over 30 different states without having to be licensed in those states. So for those of you that are joining with a couple licenses, that's great. But just know that we focus a lot on our DSCR leads, and we can do those in over 30 states without having to be necessarily licensed. So we're licensed in 21 different states currently. We just had a new one today, actually. But that doesn't always affect your footprint. So I love to work with investors. Hopefully you guys do too. And that's a lot of the leads that we generate. So our footprint doesn't always matter as much as it may at other lenders. We are all about no monthly fees. So everything you guys are about to see, there are no monthly fees for that because we built it again from the ground up for us, by us. There's no tech fees or desk fees. We don't have to pay for an Encompass seat because we've paid the tens of thousands of dollars to get an Encompass API, which is a whole different thing than paying per user for Encompass and things like that. So we've taken those things on to grow our team and pass those savings on to you guys where it's all integrated and there are no extra fees or extra logins or anything like that. As I mentioned, we have found that the best business model for us is non-delegated correspondent. There are a few reasons for that. One of the big ones is that we can be both, right? So we found that it's great to be the lender in some cases, but when we're dealing with the amount of leads that we do, and especially with like DSCR and crazy requests we get for fix and flips and just things that come when we're advertising these types of products, we need to have a home for every loan. So we'd love to be the lender if we can be the lender and offer that product. But we also need to be the broker when we need to be the broker if someone else has that product that we don't, and we need to help that client get that deal done, right? So we're going to always have a home for every loan, whether that's us wearing our broker hat as a wholesale broker, or whether that's us wearing our lender hat as a correspondent lender. We're going to make sure we have a home for every single loan. And again, that's because we do daily leads at massive scale. So we're providing all of you guys, our loan officers, with leads at a 50-50 split. I'll explain a little bit more about that on the comp split. But essentially, we have all kinds of different places leads are coming from. Kyle will show you exactly what that looks like here in a minute and show you guys how to plug into there and what your comp will be. If you guys do not have your own lead setup, no problem. We can set those up for you. Or if you do have your own lead setup, we can route those into the system for you. So Kyle will show you a couple tabs we have, a couple clicks. You can get your leads routed through the system or set up your own campaign. As I mentioned, we are all about the training. So we have a remote training center, which is basically static, information you can access anytime. But we also love to do our daily live trainings in a group setting like this, as well as our one-on-one team leader support calls. So if someone can't get their problem solved, we want to make sure we can get one-on-one with them. So, Jose, as someone who's with 27 years of experience and knows exactly what button to press or how to structure a file, can get one-on-one with you guys very quickly and get you guys unstuck from whatever you're stuck on. So we'd love to get one-on-one, actually take over your screen, click the buttons for you, and push that loan through to the finish line. We are also big on our live support. So we have processors in our Zoom room for quick things, right? So Jose is not available all the time. You can schedule a meeting with Jose, but if you just need to figure out what button to click for this, we can pop you into our Zoom room. We have our processors in there full time. That'll just show you what button to click so you can get unstuck from whatever you're doing. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, our online training center is always open to help you get unstuck wherever you're stuck. Our knowledge center has thousands of videos and resources. That comes from our partners, right? So we have over 100 lender and investor partners. They all have different programs and different tools and tricks and webinars and videos. So all of that content is in our knowledge center. So we have a resource with everybody's stuff. So you just have to go again to one login, type in one word. I need to find out DSCR 5 to 8 units, and it'll pop up a few of those investors that have given us their guidance on some of their tips and tricks for those specific niche products. As we mentioned, we talked about this a little more in depth, but our mortgage CRM with the dialer, Kyle will show you how that looks. Nothing super fancy there, but where it really all starts, the magic starts to happen is where we integrate that with our custom website that you guys will all have an exact copy of this website you're looking at, where all the forms are integrated to where a customer just types in their info and immediately starts to fill out their 1003 and then continues on from there, filling out their 1003 from a lead through the POS to actually generate their 1003 and even into the LOS, into our Encompass, pulled credit, pulled VOE, pulled VOI, all that kind of good stuff. So everything gets pushed automatically through the system. Now let's get into the next part. Of course, there's a video here if you guys want to check out a replay. I'll post this one as well here once we're done. But let's get into the compensation plan. So hopefully you guys have gone through this. Let me try to explain a little bit about what makes us different. Again, we're very unique. Not a lot of lenders are out there wearing two hats at the same time. And not a lot of lenders have built their own software with millions of line of code from the ground up. So we are very unique and different. So these may be different than what you're used to. So I'll do my best to explain it. We'll start over here on the left. Everybody's always drawn to the larger comp plan. So we'll start with senior loan officer. Obviously, the goal is to get everybody to a senior loan officer. We would love everybody to be rocking and rolling, fully self-sufficient, learn our system, and be rocking and rolling. That's great. Once you do, you will be at 200 basis points commission for what we're all used to, right? The conventional, you look here, conventional non-QM, 200 basis points or 2% commission. That's the loans we're used to. There is different comp for like reverse mortgages and HELOCs and commercials, stuff like that. So please click the button, check out the full breakdown if you want to get all the stuff. But if you're looking for the regular things that, myself, when I'm a loan officer did, it's 200 basis points on that. And if you take a company lead, remember it's a 50-50 split. So when you're a senior loan officer, you take a company lead, you're going to make 100 basis points or 1% commission on the standard stuff. That's going to include access to all of our stuff that we talked about, the CRM, POS, LOS, everything you're about to see. It's going to include access, as we mentioned, to unlimited company leads at 50-50 split. Our senior loan officers have access to all of our different lists. You want to just do, the fix and flips or the strange stuff, great. We have you on all the lists. And very important here, we'll get into it in a second, but you're going to receive leads from loan officer assistants, and we'll explain about what that means here in a second. Another thing that's big for our senior loan officers are team leader opportunities. So once you become a senior loan officer, then you can grow from there into a team leader and start building your own team underneath you, right? So we want to make sure we get people that learn our system well, and then also want to teach other people how to use our system and effectively grow their team. So they're going to make basis points on all of their team loans to get people from joining to senior loan officer, right? So we want people to be team leaders, basically mentors, help people learn the system. There are recruiting bonuses including in all these plans. So, anytime you guys are recruiting someone to the company, that's great. That's a little different than being their leader, right? But you can always recruit people as well. Now, how do you get to become a senior loan officer? You're going to join as a regular loan officer. So everybody has to join as a regular loan officer. We love people that are new. We will train you, give you access to all these systems, or even if you've done 1,000 loans, no problem. We would love to have you. We just need to teach you a little bit about our system because it is different and it is hard to wear your broker hat one day or even 1 hour and then wear your lender hat the next hour, right? A lot of laws, a lot of regulations, a lot of differences there. So it's not meant to hold anybody back. It's more meant to teach you guys how to use the system properly, right? So no matter how many loans you've done, everybody's going to start as a loan officer at 150 basis points commission. And again, that's going to be 150 basis points or 1.5% on the conventional non-QM, the stuff we're all used to. There's a little bit different comp on HELOCs and reverse mortgages and stuff. It's all roughly the same split. This is going to be a 50-50 split for any leads that you take if you're on this plan. So you'll make 75 basis points or 0.75 percent commission. So that is a great option, still great commission, and you can learn to use the system. You're still going to have access to all our stuff. You're still going to have access to all our company leads in the auto dialer, and you're still going to have access to unlimited leads really at a 50-50 split, maybe not some of the super niche products and stuff. And you'll still have access to do recruiting bonuses. And then, of course, you'll upgrade to a senior loan officer and then can become a team leader and so on. How do you get to senior loan officer? We want everybody to close 6 loans with our system, our CRM system, our LOS system. Everything's unique. We want to make sure you close those first 6 loans. Hopefully it's maybe 3 broker loans, maybe 3 non-delegated loans. And that way you kind of wear both hats. You learn the system, and then you'll go ahead and automatically be upgraded to a senior loan officer to the higher commission plan. So we want to make sure we get everybody rocking and rolling, everybody learning the system and self-sufficient, and then you can grow from there. So the other plan that we have here, a little bit different. We used to call it our loan officer assistant plan, but we'll call it a junior loan officer plan here. Now, this just means that you're maybe not quite ready to jump in both feet, right? So if you're not ready to sign the 1003 and legally be the loan officer of record and go through all the steps and all the trainings that it takes to take a loan from start to finish, you can still start as a junior loan officer. Now, this is for licensed loan officers, right? You still must be licensed. You still must be fingerprinted, all that kind of good stuff, because you're still going to be making basis points commission, which you must be licensed, obviously. So you're going to make 75 basis points commission. That's 0.75%. And what you're going to do is refer those deals to the senior loan officer. And when you refer a deal, you're not going to be the loan officer of record. You're not going to sign the 1003. You're going to be an assistant and help that loan officer get that deal done, right? So you're going to send that deal over. It's going to be your family, your friend, maybe your client, maybe your realtor, and you just want to start to get into this end of things, but you want to start slow, right? You want to learn the system. Go ahead and refer that deal to the senior loan officer. They know exactly what to do, exactly what button to press, exactly how to get that loan done. So it closes it for your customer, and you're going to learn throughout the process and assist them with that loan, right? You're going to make all the calls to your friend, your family member, make sure they get the documents, all that kind of good stuff. So you'll be going step by step through the loan as well. So when you're in the junior loan officer, you're still going to have access to all our systems. You're still going to have access to some of our leads. Kyle will show you some of the leads that we have there for our juniors as well. And the whole point is you're going to generate business and refer it to someone who knows exactly what they're doing and exactly what to press exactly when. And that's going to help you make money, right? 75 basis points is still a lot more than a lot of people are coming from in call center type environments. And you're going to, and most importantly, learn the process. So then you can upgrade to a loan officer when you're ready to sign that 1003 and become officially on the record. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. They are different than most people probably used to. If you have any questions, of course, you guys have our emails here and you can check with us later. But for the next part here, I want Kyle to take over and actually show some of the back-end software and show you guys exactly what this stuff looks like. You ready, Kyle?
Yes, I am. 1 second here. Sorry.
Good.
Yep, sorry about that. Okay, so, when you come on board, of course, we'll do a full training on this, right? But this is how our system, just going to highlight just a few things here. So for one, this is our CRM, right? So you'll see basic stuff here. Of course, you can send your emails, texts, take your notes. They pile up down here. You can set reminders for yourself. You can put people on action plans, automated drip campaigns to text them and email them over time automatically, all that kind of good stuff, right? But what starts setting our system apart here is our quoting system. So you can talk to a client without pulling credit, without needing documents, just by asking them a few questions. And within 2 minutes, you can send them a quote. You can pull the rates through Optimal Blue API instantly with all our different investors, all the different programs, and pull the pricing in. And within 2 minutes, you can send them a text and an email automatically with this quote here, with this nice quote. And you'll see here, they have all their different rate choices. They can see what these things mean. You can see it pulls in the Google map automatically, the Zestimate automatically, the loan info, the monthly breakdown of taxes and insurance, the estimated fees. Of course, you as the loan officer here, notice it's also on your site. And then also you can attach a realtor to this. So your realtor partners absolutely love this because they know when they send you a client, you're going to keep them in front of their client's face saying, hey, we are your team that's going to push this deal across the finish line for you. Now, the coolest part about this is the customer can just go ahead and click start my loan application, and they are taken to their borrower portal here. And let me show you what that looks like, where they can now start their 1003 right here without leaving the page. Again, everything is in our system. They can start uploading the basic documents that we're prompting them to upload for that loan type. They can see their loan info. They can see the milestone of where their loan is at. They can communicate with you through here, through their portal. So this is what they're going to see. Now, let me show you what you're going to see on your side of things now that the loan is started here. So you'll be able to see on your docs tab here, you'll be able to see their 1003. You'll be able to help them fill out their 1003. You'll see their documents. You can help them upload documents here, and you can request documents. So let's say you need 12 months bank statements. You're just a click away of asking for 12 months bank statements. Let's say this loan comes in as a conventional, but you say, you know what, they're actually VA. Let's go. I don't know what I need for a VA self-employed loan. Let me just replace this with that. And boom, now it's asking just what we need for a VA self-employed loan. So you don't even need to know what basic documents you need for each loan type. The system already knows that. You can also request signatures. And let's say you need something that needs a signature. That's going to prompt them to sign that agreement right there in their borrower portal through the eSign API. They don't need to leave this page in their portal. They can just sign it right there in 2 clicks. So you can also request custom documents, of course, whatever it is that you may need from an underwriter or whatever the case may be. And now it's going to prompt them to upload that. You can automatically remind them to upload these documents, send them reminder emails. all that kind of good stuff, right? So you're going to control this all back here, which is essentially a point of sale system, right? All point of sale system in here. They can fill out their application. They can upload their documents. You can request documents, remind about documents, all that kind of good stuff. Now, once this client finishes their 1003, they're prompted to give permission to pull credit. So what's going to happen is they're going to fill out their 1003, they're going to authorize credit. And when you come here into our Encompass API, which again, one click, and now we're in Encompass here, controlling it through our system, which is so much faster than using the Encompass program. The 1003 is already going to be in here. The credit is already going to be pulled and it's going to be in here. So everything is in here for you automatically already in your Encompass API. So you see here how we can take a client from being a lead to communicating with them, to quoting them, to getting their 1003, their credit auth, their documents, and then doing the actual loan in Encompass, all here with one login for you and one login for your client. As Nick said, you can click one button here and order the VOE, the VOA, all this different kind of stuff is right here in the system, all at your fingertips. So that is how the system works here. Now that we've taken a loan from start to finish here in the system, let's talk about where these leads actually come from in the first place, right? So we are going to send you text messages all day long with leads that are from our Facebook ad campaigns. So that's what we do best is Facebook, Instagram, and of course we do other outlets as well, but typically that's what works best. And so we're going to send you exclusive leads. The second somebody clicks on one of our ads, we're going to send you a text message so that you can call that lead instantly. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like. This is a real test profile here of the leads that came in since this morning. I've been getting these texts with these leads on just one profile, one test account. You'll see here when I woke up, I have 4 national DSCR leads coming in, national business purpose DSCR leads. I have regular purchase leads coming in from some states, some more DSCR leads, some investor purchase leads. So all of these different leads are coming in real time. That's just since this morning. So imagine by the end of the day, more foreign national leads coming in. By the end of the day, you'll see I'm going to have tons of opportunities to grab these leads. Now, these leads are coming in. These are going to me and 4 other loan officers. And the first one to click, it's going to claim it. So you'll see by the end of the day, I might have 30 or 40 chances to claim these leads. And they're just going to me and 4 other loan officers. So the one that claims the lead first gets the lead. That way, we always contact the client within the first minute, 391% more likely to convert a client when you contact them in the first minute. So our system is set up for speed to lead. And this is real leads here coming in all day. I could click these to claim these. This is what your inbox and your text messages are going to look like, just being blown up with leads all day, every day. So now that's the first and foremost way that we're going to provide you with leads. Another way that we provide you with leads is through our auto dialer. So you'll see here, we have our auto dialer. You can call 300-400 people in a day, automatically dropping them emails and text messages with the click of a button, right? Automatic, everything. You pick up your phone once and you just have your headphones in and you can call hundreds of people in a day, just like any other auto dialer. And we have the leads in here for you. So we have regular purchase leads. We have trigger leads in here as well that you can call that are geared towards investors that are pulling their credit. We have realtor leads where you can call realtors, 300-400 realtors in a day and build those relationships. So all different kinds of leads in here, of course, cold calls and things like that. So there's always something here in the auto dialer for you to be able to call, thousands of leads in there at all times so that you can not only get those real Facebook leads coming in real time, but there's also leads back here in the auto dialer to call every single day. So you can put in that work and keep calling leads. Now, the way that we can provide you to get your own leads, right? So we're going to provide you those leads coming in via text message. We're going to provide you with the leads in the auto dialer to call, but we also provide you a way to advertise to get your own leads. So notice here our advertising tab here. There's 2 ways that you could go about this. For one, you can have us manage your campaigns, right? So those same leads that we're giving you that are great leads that we know close, we can manage your campaign. We can copy that campaign that we know works already, and we can put your own budget on it. Those leads go only directly to you. You don't have to click to claim them, and there is no lead split, right? So if you want to pump up your pipeline and get more of those leads that we give you that close, right, and you want to not pay a lead split on it, you can just have us manage your campaign for you. Now, perfect example of this is one of our loan officers, Nicole. She did her first loan ever as a brand new loan officer, right? It got denied somewhere else. She brought it over here. Jose helped her structure it into a profit and loss statement loan, ended up closing her first loan as a loan officer, $1,060,000 loan amount, right? Now, that was one of the leads that we sent her from our campaigns, but it's one of the ones from her own campaign. Her $16,000 commission, first loan ever as a loan officer from one of our leads. It happened to be one of the ones that she bought with her campaign money. So she saved $8,000 of her $16,000 commission because she purchased that lead. So definitely important to stoke your pipeline more and also get you some leads in there where you have the full split without a 50-50 lead split. Now, another way that you can get leads in here is to import leads from wherever else you want to purchase leads. Maybe you do your own Facebook campaigns. Maybe you buy leads from Zillow or Free Rate Update or wherever you want to get leads from. You can use our webhook that we give you here and use Zapier to bring them in. And we have the instructions here for you to bring them in from wherever else you get leads. That way, as soon as that lead comes in from, let's say, Free Rate Update or Zillow, it's going to come into our system, send you the email and the text. That way, you get the lead, you can call them, quote them, gather the documents, do the loan, like any other lead that we give you. So you can essentially have your leads treated in our system in real time, no matter where you get those leads from, whether we give them to you, whether you advertise and we manage your campaign, or whether you advertise somewhere else and just want to bring them in. Basically, every way possible that we have for you to get leads or work leads is here in our system. Now let's talk about the type of leads we get and why. And I'm going to hand it off to Nick because he's the lead expert here. He is certified by Facebook as a digital marketing associate, certified by Facebook as a media planning professional, certified by certified by Google as a Google Ad Search specialist. And Nick and I actually owned a marketing agency before we got into the mortgage business. So it's definitely something that Nick is an expert at here. So I'm going to toss it over to him and let him talk about the type of leads he triggers or he targets and why. So go ahead there, Nick.
Sure. So anytime we want to do leads, we want to make sure we do something unique. So we always want to make sure that we're doing something different than everybody out there, right? So we've never advertised, like all the big guys out there and advertised, for conventional loans, for refis, which obviously don't exist right now, right? And that's why there's companies firing tens of thousands of people while we're hiring, because we focus on something that's sustainable and unique. So we have, for the last many years, been advertising something unique, the exact opposite of what the big guys are doing. We're advertising to the borrowers who are not served by the big shops, who are self-employed borrowers, who are investors. Those are the people we want to look for that aren't being advertised, billions of dollars down their throat for conventional refinances, right? So we're going to advertise to those people, target those people that aren't being served. We're going to deliver them the ads and the products that obviously they think they need and are unique, right? So we're going to advertise our non-QM products, our bank statement products, our DSCR products, our commercial products, our fix and flip products, the products that nobody else really has. And then we're going to seal the deal by teaching you guys how to do all those products, right? So all of our loan officers know how to do all the different types of loans that exist. Conventional loans are very easy, right? That's like the smallest subset of the whole loan market, right? Is how to do a conventional loan. But we have over 5,000 loan programs beyond that we teach you guys all how to do. And we back that up with our customers by when they come in, we're going to make sure we have a home for that loan and we have a way to show you guys how to structure that loan. And then, of course, we're going to have great pricing at it, right? So we're non-delegated correspondent. So we have as good or better pricing than every other lender out there on all of the same products. So we're going to just knock it out the park with that. So we're going to do something different and unique, and really get those people who are being underserved and serve those products that most loan officers like yourself may not know about. But we want to teach you guys how to do that. And that's really what's going to make us unique and special and build you guys a sustainable business, right? Because there's always going to be booms and busts. That's why, you know, tens of thousands of people got fired in this industry, and some might not ever get hired back again because that's not real, right? That was just a fake couple years. COVID wasn't real, right? So we want to build something sustainable and long-term and work with people who are underserved, right? It feels good to help someone who was denied from a Rocket, right, that now needs a bank statement, but then you open up their file and you realize that just Rocket doesn't know what the hell they're doing, and they qualify no problem for conventional because nobody opened up the file and looked, right? So we want to teach you guys how to properly analyze the income. We still do conventional FHA, VA, USDA, because we teach you guys how to open the file and properly analyze it, right? Someone thinks they need bank statements because, you know, Rocket told them that because they didn't qualify, but that's just because Rocket doesn't know how to do a proper self-employed 1084 analysis, right? So we'll teach you guys how to do that. If they don't qualify for, conventional, we can try FHA. If they don't qualify for FHA, we have over 4,000 to 5,000 loan programs beyond that, which will have a solution for them. So that's really what we want to specialize in, get people in a different way. But Kyle always wants me to make sure you guys know that we still do traditional loans. There's nothing stopping us from doing conventional loans. We just want to make sure we get people with something unique and special, and we provide that value to those people. And if they qualify conventional, great. We're still going to do tons of conventional loans. That's no problem for us. And most of our friends and family, do conventional loans. But some of our friends and family do need bank statement loans and do need alternative income type of loans. So we love to do all those types of things and have a solution for every borrower, right? So that's why we have over 100 different lenders with tens of thousands of products. If you take all the wholesale products as well, we have over 5,000 non-delegated products we can do. Imagine once you bring in all the wholesale products, right? So everything you guys have ever heard of, we can do. Everything commercial, fix and flip, ground up, mixed use, retail, mobile homes, anything and everything, land. And then of course, all the conventional stuff as well. 203K, rehab, one-time close, any loan you've ever heard of that has to do with a mortgage, we have. And if we don't have it, we'll get it that same day. If you guys find some place with something unique, we'll grab it that same day. So hopefully that covers it for you, Kyle. Is that good?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead, and before we open it up to questions, let's have Jose talk a little bit about what he does here and the support that we provide. Then we'll open it up to questions. So go ahead, Jose.
All right. How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Jose Gonzalez, veteran here, 27 years, licensed MLO and realtor since September 95. So you got the lead, you got the technology. What do you do now, right? You don't want to just sit there and, spin your wheels and try to figure it out. That's definitely not what we want you to do. So we have a lot of systems in place for multiple levels of support that you will receive when this situation does occur, right? I mean, immediately a customer accepts an application, accepts your quote, submits an application, you're getting email alerts that that's happening. Your team leader's getting email alerts that that's happening. You're setting up immediate meetings with your team leader to go over this new file. You're then setting subsequent file structure meetings with your team leader to ensure that you got it together right. And then you meet with the disclosure desk to go over your file and get your file disclosure approved. If it's a file where we are the lender, a correspondent / retail file, then we will press the send button on the disclosures, and your disclosures get sent immediately at the conclusion of the meeting. And even while we're still sitting in the meeting, you can sign your part of the application right then and there in case you're having any issues trying to figure out how to sign your first loan application disclosure, right? So your file gets disclosed, and then you have another meeting that you can set up with the processing team lead to cover, next steps. What do I do now? My file is disclosed. We don't want you lost and spinning your wheels in any part of this process. And then file goes to underwriting, approval comes back, you set your meeting with your team leader, processing Zoom room, or me, or whoever may be available to assist you with your conditions so you understand everything. And then file gets resubmitted. And the next step is to close your loan. So we definitely like to provide the same concierge service that we provide to our borrowers. We like to provide to our MLOs. You know, we don't want you to feel like you don't know what's going on, confused, you know, too much coming at you. There's going to be a lot coming at you, but we have a lot of systems in place. We have the Knowledge Center and all of the other resources that we have in place. So as long as you follow the steps, you will be like Nicole, closing your loan that maybe before you booked that meeting, you had no idea how to do a P&L loan. And 3 weeks later, you're making 16 grand because you followed the steps. We helped you connect the dots. And the end result is a closed loan file. So it's real important you put your part into it, because this is a hands-on process that we have here for our MLOs, because we do train our MLOs to be consultants. So as consultants, they need to know what's going on with the file. They need to be accountable for that file to their borrowers, to management, to the file, to the process, to everything involved, right? And the end result is you get paid pretty soon thereafter the file closes if everything has been followed and is in compliance. So looking forward to helping everybody structure these files and close your deals. Thank you for joining us.
Perfect. Let me go over the last steps here then. So to go ahead and move forward, what you're going to do is come to this page, which is the mortgagecalculator.com/join. Nick could drop that there in the chat for me, so you have the direct link, and you're going to sign up to the plan that's applicable. When you click apply, it's going to have you go ahead and enter your info, and then it's going to pull up that initial compensation agreement for whichever plan you signed up for. Now, don't worry, you don't have to sign it right then, right? It's going to email you a copy, so take your time, check it out, review the agreement. But when you sign that initial agreement, that's what's going to kick off the rest of the onboarding process, where we're going to send you your actual, the employee compliance manual. We're going to get your documents for the I-9 form. We're going to walk you through how to let us sponsor your license and all that kind of good stuff. So the first step is to come here, sign up, review that first agreement. But once you sign that first agreement, that's going to kick off the rest of the steps for you. So the mortgagecalculator.com/join, select the applicable program, and we will get you signed up. With that being said, let's go ahead and launch into the questions.